morning.
Good sweet.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Indeed, stay up to wake up in the morning. So good morning. I just screwed up Chris's mojo.
Yeah. Well, you've already screwed up the intro because it was robot all over the place.
Ah,
Morning.
blame it on the AI.
Good morning, all. This is, of course, the morning roast, and of course, I am your host, Kino Subway. Also, but you can call me Chris. And of course, we have the mighty man from the Great North, Mr. Sim,
Hola.
and we have our very special guest, Mr. Jason Crager.
How y'all doing today?
Bringing down the hammer.
And of course, we have
Hopefully.
our other co-host. He is in the chat as always, Mr. Soul Ion. He
Yep.
says it's roasting time, but the gals are late as usual. Probably enough time to brew another beverage or make a club sandwich. He says putting on suspenders always takes a little longer if you're not fully awake due to weak coffee. Oh, lordy.
That's
He
true.
also says, welcome to the morning roast, the show that's as late as your date after a needed makeup session and where the coffee is never as dark as the banter. Good morning, Chris, Sim, Jason, and Pat.
Wow. Dude, that's a great one. Great opening, bro.
Soul is coming on strong today.
That's our chat co-host.
Nice. Got to keep things rolling.
Yep.
To answer Soul about my coffee today, it is what's it called? Folgers 1850 is what it said on the box, and I put some milk in it.
Is
Well,
that when they brewed it? 1850?
Oh, that's just what it says on the box. So
Dude, at least he stopped drinking candy bar coffee. Okay.
Hey.
Reese's Pieces coffee. French toast coffee.
That's West Virginia staple is Reese's Pieces coffee. Are you kidding?
There you go. He is from West Virginia.
I know he's from West Virginia. So I know. What do you think my grandpa drank for like 40 years? Reese's Pieces coffee. He did. When Reese's Pieces came out, I remember how ridiculous everybody loved that stuff, man. And that was actually one of my grandfather's favorite things. But when E.T. disappeared, so did Reese's Pieces. So we don't get Reese's Pieces much, do we, anymore?
Yeah. Reese's Pieces you can get, but I don't know. I've never heard of the coffee.
Oh, my wife needs to find that coffee. The Reese's Pieces stuff.
Oh yeah, my dad liked Reese's. He loved Reese's.
Oh yeah, he was a Reese's Pieces guy.
Oh, he loved the Reese's.
A little bit of peanut butter in something, man. Keep an old horse moving. That's for sure.
Oh, sorry if I seem a little whooped today. I did not get really a good sleep. This heat, combined with the fact that I don't really have an air conditioner, I just have this box fan. Ooh, I woke up. I got woke up at like midnight, and I was completely dry, and I ended up my nose started bleeding everywhere. It was a mess. I struggled to get back to sleep.
Wow.
Holy moly!
Are you sure you're not dying?
Oh no. This is not a unusual occurrence. This is
Starting to sound like Akira type of shit. I was dry, and then I started nosebleeds, and then people's heads started exploding. Blah, blah.
I don't think it's going to go that far now.
And then
But,
my head starts exploding. Okay, where's the scanner bit? You guys need to put that little scanner. Do you remember the movie Scanners where the guy's head explodes?
Yes.
You guys need that clip for your morning show.
Poof. Mind blown.
That's right.
I see with the Splato shirt. That's right. So we gotta keep it it's classy here.
Keep it classy.
So, as I can see, we got you addicted to caffeine pretty good, Mister. I don't drink coffee, right?
Well, it's part of the shtick of the show. I have to drink coffee.
I know it's fun. You're getting jitters sometimes. It's funny. It's welcome to being a caffeinated man.
Right. It's like that. It's like that hot sauce show, man. You have to, even if you don't like the hot sauce, you have to do the show.
Yeah.
I've watched that show once or twice.
Yeah.
My one friend at work, he really likes that show. He's always watching it.
I want to do it for my birthday. Like my birthday is coming up in December, and I figured I'd have a hot ones birthday. Yeah. So all hot wings, all 10 sauces. See if I can make through it and ruin my whole day.
Hey, there you go. You could do it on YouTube too.
And,
Oh, it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna hurt.
The first time we did this show, right? I opened up with this. It is by caffeine alone I set my mind in motion. It is by the beans of Java that thoughts acquired speed. The hand acquired shake. The shake becomes a warning. It is by caffeine alone that I set my mind in motion.
Nice. Nice. Oh, that sounds great.
Oh, we got Shane Mess in the house. Hello, Shane.
Needs a mug.
Yeah, he needs to drink it like a man soon.
Yeah, pretty much so. But it is great to have you on, Mr. Jason. You were actually recommended by a guest, and actually right there he is. He just popped in, Mr. Yodam Darkstar. Hail Yodam.
Hey, hail Yodam. Yeah, Yodam, one of the backers of my campaign. So he really helped us move forward a couple days ago, and I really appreciate him.
Oh yeah, he's pretty awesome. I always see him around. But he recommended you to us, and quite honestly, I don't know anything about your project. I know you were on Shay's live streams and stuff, but I haven't got to watch her streams as much. So only thing I know is what little I've read here with your campaign and stuff before.
Right. So my book, I realized at some point in my life that I wasn't going to be able to draw Thor for Marvel Comics. And that being okay with me, I decided to make my own toys to play with. And that's how Hammer came about. So I developed this idea of having the Nordic gods essentially show up after the fall of man and pull the whole Mad Max idea of having warlords and gangs take over the wasteland, but then have the Nordic gods show up to level the playing field. And in doing so, I had to create a main character, and that main character would, of course, wield the hammer. In my book, you actually get two stories. You get the Wasteland story, and then you'll get a 6-page Silver Age, like meta cosmic version of Star of Asgard. So not only are we going to see how she got the hammer, but we're going to get to see all the cool stories that happen after she gets the hammer and becomes a cosmic god.
Oh, okay. That sounds pretty interesting.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Well, I was going to ask, she gets the hammer and kind of gains the powers like a Thor, so to speak. Is that how all the gods are going to be like? Is there all going to be like kind of weapon-based? Where they got fire?
Well, it's the whole premise behind it literally is Ragnarok is happening and the artifacts of Asgard are starting to fall to Earth. So, yes, in a way, people are going to be finding these artifacts and then using them at some point. We're initially following the story of her and her hammer. So she takes the place of Thor.
I have one question because that's the first thing that popped to mind. Like it's clear that it's like Thor, it's Mjolnir. Why is it so small? Why did you make the decision to make it like so small? It's like the size of like a handy hammer.
So it's so what a real Viking warhammer looks like is like that. I went into when I started designing all this stuff. The thing that makes Thor Marvel's Thor is his hammer, right?
The square one.
That big blocky square hammer. So, and I didn't want my character to be that reminiscent of Thor himself. So I looked into what real battle hammers look like, and I designed it based upon that. So it's designed after a real Viking warhammer. When she becomes cosmic, the hammer can get larger, like much larger.
Mm-hmm.
But while she's on Earth and she's learning to wield it and everything else, it remains to look just like a little tiny warhammer. Now, nobody can touch it besides her. It's not infinitely heavy. But it does shoot lightning out of it. And if you get near it and it doesn't want you to pick it up, it'll just shock the shit out of you and incapacitate you and keep you from having it. So I made the hammer small on purpose. I didn't want it to look like Marvel's version of the hammer.
But it does get bigger.
It can. Like if you scroll down, as that's what she said.
Sim's so worried about the size.
So right here, right there, if you look at that, so in the cosmic version, the cosmic 70s version of her, you can see that the hammer over her shoulder in that picture is infinitely large, something that Kirby might draw. And that's the symbol of me trying to kind of go Marvel with it. Like my buddy Jason Gonzalez drew this design of her, and I totally approve of it. I like the juxtaposition of having her with this little tiny hammer in my version of the story, where it goes to this infinitely large version of the hammer when she goes cosmic, or what they call, I guess, Omega level or whatever.
Well, that's why I was asking, because I'm big into the mythology and stuff like that too, and I recognize the shape of the hammer, and I'm like, why is it so small?
Right.
Well, that's kind of cool because it can kind of show her growth from like just her beginnings to being a high level person, so to speak.
Correct. I actually like that juxtaposition, as I was saying. So the campaign essentially is about her coming to age with this hammer. That double page spread you're looking at right now is the hammer coming to Earth, and she believes it to be a satellite. So we're far enough in the future that society has fallen. We don't know much about religions anymore. What religion does exist is based upon the mythologies that are going on currently in the world. The moon has been broken, so it creates a ring around our Earth now, and they believe it to be the Midgard serpent. The hammer coming to Earth, they believe, is technology, which they scrap and scavenge, and they take the power sources and use them to power cities and cars and dams and whatever else they can use. So scrapping for stuff is essentially the main job on Midgard, and trying to keep society running. So when the hammer comes, she thinks it's a satellite. She's going to go get the power source out of the satellite. But when she shows up, it's not a satellite, it's a hammer. And everybody who tries to pick it up, much like the first Thor movie, can't do it. So that shocks the crap out of them. Until finally they leave and she's able to get it. Like, there's a nice little close-up of that Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
I actually worked out a paper version of the hammer so I could have it as a prop. So I made a hammer 2 size, and it sits on my desk when I'm drawing. So it's kind of funny. I was thinking of sculpting up the head of it and making castings of it so I could, have a nice hammer, or even I could make molds and make a metal version of the head of the hammer, and then add a wood handle to it and wrap it in leather. So I've been thinking about that, actually making my own hammer.
Dude, I remember like a few years ago, I went to Comic-Con and they had the remember when the movie came out? You would go around the Comic-Con and they had a big Mjolnir that weighed like 350 kilos, meaning 600 and something pounds. Right. And like, nobody can lift it.
Right.
Well, I did.
You did? You picked it up?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I still have the picks.
Nice.
Dude, I used to be a weightlifter.
Nice.
All about the legs.
So you leg pressed a 600-pound hammer?
Yes. Technically, I've been, you pick it up properly. Yeah.
Right. Nice, man. That's cool. Do you have pictures of it?
Yep.
Nice.
Hold on.
Nice.
See if I have it.
Yeah, show us some pictures. So officially, we're $200 short of meeting our goal currently on the campaign. So anything during the show that happens, maybe if somebody wants to back the campaign, I'll be giving away some free stuff today. So that'll go with whoever backs the campaign. And we'll make sure to make some people happy. I'd like to squash that. Nice. You sure did pick up Mjolnir. It's right over your shoulder.
Yep.
Sim was worthy that day.
You were way worthy that day. Look at you go, man. That's awesome.
See the size of the freaking hammer?
Oh, it's ginormous. Nice. That's pretty cool, man.
Soul says something tells me there's more to Sim's obsession with the size of the Marvel Thor hammer. Yeah,
has he been?
Dude, I'm a big fan of Viking mythology, Norse mythology, the King Arthur mythology. I love all that stuff, and awesome. There's a reason why I like dwarfs.
There you go, man.
I'm only 5'8", right? So
nice.
I just like your size queen.
Size queen. So funny. So yeah, I tried to stick to the actual mythology of the Norse gods, and I'll just be incorporating that into my weird Mad Max type world. And if you haven't, Sim, gone and backed my campaign, you should probably go and do it. I think you'd be the one person who really enjoys it.
It's on my list to be backing, except that, I'm in Canada. So.
It has another 30 days, so there's always time to back. And it's going to be here for the next 35 days.
Do you have a double pack in there?
A what?
Do you have a double pack?
Yeah. There's a signed exclusive 2-pack. Go down.
Oh, is it the signed bundle?
Signed bundle right there, $40. So, and it comes with the Joe Benitez, John Levisay cover, signed by both of them, and then it comes with the Black and Art line cover signed by me.
Awesome.
So it's a pretty decent bundle. I tried to keep it cheap. You know, I kind of looked at it as if you were going to a comic book convention and you were purchasing a book at a convention that was a limited edition, exclusive, signed edition, it would be about $20. So that's a reasonable price. And so that's why you get 2 signed comic books, exclusive. Like if I ever reprint these, they'll be reprinted with other covers. So these will be the very first print runs of these books. And I'm going to limit them until I have to move on to the next issues. So I think I'll only do a print run of 1,000 on most of these books.
Just in case we want like 2 copies of this, right?
Yeah.
Did you create an add-on so we can have like a double copy when we check out?
I did not create an add-on. You would have to purchase them
Twice,
I believe. So I can do that. I want to update my stuff. So if you need me to do something for you,
because it's a good incentive for certain people that when you can buy the thing, like just say me, I'm in Canada, right?
Right.
So the book will be 25, right? Plus 20
Right.
shipping, probably usually around
15.
15. That's good.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can have a second copy added on for an extra $5 shipping instead of paying twice 15.
That sounds good to me. I should probably change that for you. Yeah, I could do that. After we're done here at some point today, I'll go in and make add-ons and do what I can to make everybody happy.
Sam, are you trying to get me to buy you a copy of this book to get like these other books?
Yeah, of course.
Gosh dang you, Sam.
Shut up. You're going to be happy when you get that money sent to you.
So funny.
Because sometimes what we do is when we're interested in the same book, right?
Mm-hmm.
To save shipping, we order it to his place, and then, you know, there's a box, and then he sends the box to me.
Got it.
Way
Nice.
cheaper than $25 a pop.
Sim's trying to
Right.
get 3 books. He's like, what? I could see a small hammer turn into a big hammer. I gotta get her.
Nice.
Let's get
Nice.
the box bigger. Damn it.
Absolutely. And there'll be a bunch of extras coming with every order. I have 2 prints, one by Mark Beecham, one by Joe Weems. That'll be coming. That's not the Joe Weems one. That's the Alex Tuez piece. The Joe Weems piece isn't done yet, so I'm still cracking the whip on him to get it done. The Beecham piece is on there, though. You should be able to scroll down to the bottom and get to see the 8x10 Beecham piece that you're going to get. It's a full color gas mask girl. Keep going. Almost there.
Almost. And then slow.
Let's see it.
It's loading.
There you go. That one.
There you go. So you'll be getting an 8x10 of that and a Joe Weems piece, and you get a special card of Star of Asgard. So I believe that's below that. Right there. You'll get that card.
I like the English.
Okay, so it's good. Yeah, I see the one that I was interested in. You've sold out on the Draugr edition.
Oh,
Those little
Marshall.
Draugrs you got.
By the way, Martial Law was great.
Martial Law was one of the greatest books ever. So the Draugr edition, yeah, I had made 3 sculptures specifically to sell during the campaign. I didn't have enough time to make more. But that being said, they don't take me very long to make. So I might add a couple more, but I won't have pictures of them to post. So if you're interested in the Draugr edition, I will be adding more to that. And if you'll get a custom version of a Dragar that isn't shown here. And of course, if the person specifically wants it to look a certain way or have certain elements to it, all they have to do is tell me and I'll make it that way. So if you really are interested in the Dragar edition, it comes with 2 books. The Head of Loki tier also comes with it. And you'll also be getting a piece of art, original art, that I'll draw specifically for you, plus all those extras, the signed books. So for $400, it's a steal. And an original sculpture, one-off, that's never been casted. It'll be a single piece that you'll be able to keep forever.
And they're sold out.
And they are sold out, but I'm going to add a couple more. So when we get off this stream, I guess I'll add 2 more to it.
And you still have the original by Benitez available.
Yes, the original cover for Benitez. And that comes with the Dragar too. So I'll make one specifically for you. If you purchase the $2,500 original cover, you'll get a custom-made Dragar. You'll get a custom-made piece of art. You'll get that cover plus signed versions and all the extras that come with it.
And for $100, you get the book. You get both books and an 8x10 original art sketch, which is interesting.
Correct.
$100, yeah.
Seems like pretty good deals.
Yep. And you can get the Loki head for $80. You also get the books with that. Yep, you do.
Yep, you get the books with that also. Books come with everything.
Yeah, I like all the different the castings that you've included in this campaign.
Thank you. So once the first 30 days is up, I plan on changing my goal settings. That's one. Number 2 is I'm going to add a few more tiers. And one of those tiers, I actually have a sculpture of Star of Asgard, or Star of Midgard. So I'll probably be offering that up as a tier. So you'll be able to get a little bust sculpture of Star. So there'll be a few more things that I'll be adding. Yeah, you're gonna have to turn it way up to hear it.
Red Syrup's here with us. Good morning, Red Syrup.
Good morning.
Soul says, how is Chris supposed to show this to his mom? Well, I could show it to Mom. Heck, I showed Super Harem to Mom. She said that was quite racy for a funny book. A good thing it wasn't for kids. I was like, yes, Mom. They make comics for adults as well.
Here, let's see. Can you still see me?
Yep.
Okay, let's see if I can do this while I'm on. I'll add stuff now. Let me see if I can do this while we're live. Let's see.
Soul says, unlike what some pros at the Big Two would tell you, good customer service is important and also makes you look good as a creator. Jason is collecting a lot of plus points here.
Thank you so much. I actually, I kind of feel like we should accommodate our clientele, and in this day and age where you can't really go out and meet comic book creators because of everything that's going on in our world, I essentially, with the people I'm selling to, and in order to do that, I want them to have an experience. In doing so, I'm able to give them more art. And this stuff is, allows me to have a one-on-one with other people. Currently I have 62 backers. 62 people is enough for me to have a relationship with people. Like,
Yep.
it isn't thousands.
And it's fun to have their feedback. Like, it's like having direct access to feedback from fans, from people that like your stuff.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I'm getting out of this. I'm creating a clientele.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually really cool.
Yeah, I say it. We're living the dream.
So far so good, right? Like, this is officially my first campaign. So it's a little different for me. I mean, I kind of don't know what I'm doing outside of drawing and being a production artist.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Okay, I think I'm actually able to get into this and change stuff around. So let's go ahead and do that. And I'm enjoying.
Up, Shane says he just backed, so you went up a number. Woo!
Nice. Thank you so much. Let's see. Let's get into the campaign editor. What are we going to? The perks?
Yep, you're going to the perks and you add an add-on perk. And then when you're done creating that perk, you have to go link it to the tier that you want it to be available with.
Okay. So it's create a new perk, right?
It says create a new add-on perk.
Add-on perk right here. Add-on perk. So it should be visible.
It won't be visible on the campaign. It will be visible to people when they go to check out.
Perk is available to claim. Perk is not available to claim. Okay. Let me do this. I should be able to select that item, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we can. Signed edition. There we go. Do I have to title it?
You don't have to, but it usually goes with the item name, and then when you're done, you save it, and then you go back to your perks, right? And then you go to your single book perk, and you click the little three dots, and you go attach add-on to the perks that you wanted attached to. So everybody that's gonna buy that perk, when they get to checkout, they're gonna go, "Do you want this?"
Right. Okay, let me quantity available, unlimited. So let's say save on this. Oh, hold on. So it wants me to title it. I hope I'm doing this right.
Extra copy.
Hex says, "Hail MC Hammer."
Yeah, because we're too legit to quit.
Good morning, Hex.
Too legit.
Too legit to quit. Hey.
Wear those big baggy pants to
Oh, you have to admit that goddamn song was sick. Too legit to quit. It was solid.
It was solid. I agree. I can agree with that.
Like, he came out with, Can't Touch This. He had great hits, but when he came out with that one, that was a solid one. That was that's why he was done after.
Yeah. He just kind of moved on after that.
But he did the soundtrack for the Addams Family, and then he moved on.
That's true. He did Addams Family his way out of things. Yes. The
Blue Hulk is funny.
Dude, it was more like, hey, dude, you're a big bad boy. Then you go do the Addams Family, you do a childish song, so people kind of went, you kind of lose your street creds.
So you create on your first add-on perk. To use your add-on, you need to connect it to other perks.
Yep.
Use the add-on setup tool available in the menu on each perk. Oh, no. Okay, got it.
So you go back to every perk that you wanted attached to, and you go to the three dots on the right.
Okay, and we
attach add-on.
So we want to do that as the signed edition.
Mm-hmm.
So setup add-on. Got it. Add-ons, extra copy. So it's 25 for it. I guess I could say update perk now, right?
Yep.
Let me make sure that's on there. Okay, update perk. Okay, so I think I did it right.
I'll go see.
Let me go to my Dragar edition too. This perk has been claimed. I can't add anymore.
No, you're gonna have to copy it
Hold on.
because once a perk has been claimed, you cannot alter it or change it or add anything. But you can make a copy of it and add some more. You're gonna have to make the other one either invisible or leave it there and make the other one more visible.
Okay, so let me go to that. Duplicate perk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just duplicated it. I guess I will make. I'll make it available for 2 more. So that's the best I can do. We'll do 5 in all. So that
And-
keeps. Go ahead.
And I confirm your add-on is working.
Perfect. Thank you. So let me add this new. Let me change something real quick on this. Dragar signed edition. 2 more available. Hold on. Let's use numbers. That takes less. Okay.
Did you see Soul Lion is like starring Sim as French Canadian Indiegogo Obi Toby Kenobi.
Okay. I believe we save changes. View campaign. We might be good.
Then
Let's
awesome. So yeah, Chris. Now the add-on's there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. You know what I mean?
I'm looking.
So I'll make it. I'll be making you. If you decide to pick that up, I will be making you your own Dragar, specially for you. And it will come with all the goodies. Oops, almost lost my glasses here.
What do you use to sculpt them?
It's Sculpey, and then I kit bash some of it. So I pick up parts from my kids' toys, and I literally glue them onto this. The same way that they created all those awesome Star Wars ships and everything in the movie industry.
Yep.
They kit bash everything. So
Yep.
what I'll do is I'll build up a body either out of Sculpey or epoxy clay, and then I glue the crap out of all these little parts onto it, and then I'll prime it and paint it so that it looks all old and like a robot. And it tends to work really well. Kit bashing is super fun. It's possibly one of the funnest things to do in sculpting.
Yep.
I see people do that all the time with like the orcs in Warhammer 40k, where they'll just take random stuff and they'll like kind of bash it, put it all together, and like this big ridiculous stuff.
It's pretty cool. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and Sculpey is fun to sculpt with.
It is. It is a good thing to sculpt with.
Like
Nice.
the first time I played with it, it was like I hated sculpting with clay. Like it's something I never really enjoyed. But when I tried Sculpey, you're like, dude, it's like the perfect mix between clay and Play-Doh.
It is. It has a nice little soft, like rubbery, fun little texture to it. I you know, other than it being a little oily,
Yeah.
I like it. I don't mind using it anymore. I used to in the beginning, but as I got used to using different materials, it became easier for me.
But the Super Sculpey one is a bit less greasy.
Right, the Sculpey 3
Yeah.
and the pink Super Sculpey,
Yes.
which is the ceramic version of Super Sculpey. So yeah, I enjoy them myself also, and but I use waxes now. So wax, like Monster Clay, it's so much easier to use. It has the same consistency as Sculpey when it's been kneaded and messed with, and at room temperature, it hardens up enough that you can carve from it. And that's what I did the head of Loki in. It's done in wax. So
Oh,
I'll be making castings of it.
That's freaking sweet.
Yeah.
That's something I've been wanting to get back into because I also did 3D modeling, 3D animation.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's how I got into all this. Like I used to, like I'm telling you, I used to play with clay and stuff like that, but never really got into it. Right? I got back into sculpting because I went into university playing with ZBrush, and I'm like, hold on a sec. Then I tried Super Sculpey, and my teacher was expecting just a 3D model at the end of that course. No, you had a sculpture. I came in with a sculpture. He looked at me and goes, "Dude, I've never seen somebody coming here with an actual sculpt."
That's awesome. Nice.
So you can imagine my
Yeah,
grade was pretty good.
that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't start sculpting until I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I had been a comic book artist for years and years and years, and I didn't realize I could sculpt until I literally sat down and started doing it.
Right?
And yeah, it was weird. And then I realized that sculpting is easier than drawing. And I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, because you don't have to pretend the 3 dimension, to fake the 3 dimensional in your head. You have it there.
Yeah, yep. It's incredibly hard to flatten an image on a flat piece of paper. Even though I've done it for 30 years, it still is one of the hardest things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Loki head is trying to flirt with you. Get down on some Loki.
now, got
Get it,
something
so
really.
get it, so
Nope. Something really important here.
what?
Shade says, "Will Chris be drawn into the book? Add that perk, and Chris will buy instantly."
Oh yeah, that's the thing. It's called a Chris perk. If you have it drawn in, that's his drug. He wants to be the Sean Bean of all the indie comics.
Oh, I was actually thinking of doing that. That I was going to do 2 or 3 different perks of people being drawn into the wasteland and stuff. And I thought it was a good idea to make some money. But the character would never push forward the story. Like, that's the thing. Like, if I draw Chris in there, it's him just like in the background going, "Hi."
Yeah,
That's not,
that's technically what they want. You don't charge as much like me. I charge like 400, but you got to be a werewolf. So you see him turn into a werewolf and die like a bitch by the hero.
that's pretty cool. That's
So
funny.
that's something that a lot of people like to have. You
Right.
get them to die in the book. Yeah,
Right.
that guy got smashed by a hammer.
I was actually gonna make. I decided not to do it, but I was gonna add a perk to essentially make you one of Loki's acolytes. So you could be one of the bad guys, the 3 bad guys or 4 bad guys that run around with Loki for 4 issues or whatever it was, something like that. They would have dialogue. I don't know if they would die or not or any of that stuff, but if Chris gets killed by a gas mask girl, it'd be twice as awkward to show that to my mom. That's funny.
He already got killed by a hammer with propelled by a rocket.
Right.
No, he gets killed by a dwarf with a rocket powered hammer. No, axe. So Mjolnir in his face would kind of be cool.
So maybe in the next couple days, when I do update the whole campaign again, maybe I'll add that perk on. We'll see. I'll let you know, Chris. How's that?
All right. This Red Circle says those are weird. You can tell when that image was a paid placement.
Those are weird. What are weird?
Maybe it means like people getting paid to be in the book.
Oh,
Right. They are kind of weird, and that's what I was saying before. Is that if they're not moving forward the story, and it's just kind of them going hi, it just seems kind of out of place, and it's a cash grab. So I avoid that. I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to give you good art, good story. It's not a cash grab. But that being said, I don't mind drawing. Like I might draw Chris in there.
I mean, I guess it just depends if you can find a way to make it,
fit in,
put
yeah.
them in, and make it still flow with the story.
Like me, I can say that in the book Blood Hunt, there's only once where it shows that there's cameo, but it's all our friends. It's all my friends that you're gonna see in that panel, right?
Right.
It's like a wink to my friends.
That's cool.
Other than that, I try to make them immersive. Like I won't like draw you close like you are. I'll make it fit in the story, so it's kind of like just blends in.
Hammer electrician.
That would be hilarious. Just zap.
So since the nose is legit though. Yep. Yeah, that's what Mom would probably end up saying. Yeah. That nose is legit. Red Serp says it's a waste of a panel. That's how he says.
It might be.
I mean, it just, like I said, it just depends if you can make it work and flow into the story to make it look natural and stuff.
Right.
I mean, Shane says he wants a sculpt of Chris wielding hammer. The CG #1 fan wields the CG hammer.
But you see that the drawing that Shane has there on his avatar? That's actually from the panel that I was telling you about, where my friends are on that panel.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
Yep. And this one, my avatar, is from it as well.
That's from Bloodhound, yeah.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, it looks like you, bud. For sure.
Yeah, I passed the mom test.
You did. You passed the mom test.
That's
Yes.
right. You did pass the mom test. If only Aaron would have.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, every time I get drawn into a book, I make sure to show my mother because it gives me, it's why I started doing it, was so I could show it to Mom after Dad had passed. It gave her something, to preoccupy her a little bit there and give us something to talk about. And so every time I show it and go, does this look like me? She gives her critique.
Well, we'll make. You don't have to buy nothing, Chris. I'll make sure to throw you in there regardless. So, I'll, you know what I'll do?
No, I feel like I should pay. I should give you money or something for that.
Don't.
Get that Loki thing and get those 2 books.
So don't worry about it, man. I'll be able to. You know what I'll do? So there's a scene where there's a crowd of people in my book at one point, and I could easily draw you in the background, and then write your name like Chris and point an arrow at you, like just a little tiny like this is Chris, and point it at you. So
and you get roasted.
That'll happen, man. So don't worry. I know exactly where it has to be. I know exactly. It's already done. So
I mean,
Chris,
as long as it doesn't, interfere with the story and the flow and everything.
no, not at all, man. Not at all. I have the perfect place for you, Chris. Don't worry. You'll be in it and you'll be pointed out. So for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah. A lot of people have passed the mom test except for Aaron. Aaron, I showed his Cybershock 1.0, his drawing in of me, and she said that the nose didn't look like my nose.
And still to this day, they're still fighting about it.
He will not let it go. He still
That's
gives
so
me hell
funny.
about it.
That's so funny. No, man, they'll know it's you when I'm done. Trust me. It'll be good. It'll be good. So I have the perfect place for you. It'll be like on page, let me see, 1, 2, 3. On page 3, it'll have Chris on it. Guaranteed.
Not to go off subject here, but I do have a question.
What's up?
The fella here named Gasser, what's his story?
So he's one of Loki's acolytes and his right-hand man. So when Loki needs something retrieved from the outback, he'll send Gasser and his group of people, Not and one other person. And they go and they round up whatever they have to do. So Gasser kind of like runs the day-to-day business of Loki's stuff. And always wears that mask. Like at some point, you'll see the person underneath it and you'll be surprised who it is.
It's me.
It's you.
Oh, I like the look of him, though. I do like his design here.
He reminds me of Desert Punk. Remember that? Did you see that manga?
Yeah. So it has a Ashley Wood 3A type quality to it too. So, hey guys, let me go grab some more coffee real quick. I have to run.
All right.
Give me a second. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right.
So did you back it yet?
Shut up, Sam. No.
Did you back it yet? I want my copy.
Charlie
I want my
Mason is
copy.
here.
What's up, Ace?
Yep, I do have a gas mask myself.
So go get it.
Yeah, I gotta go find it.
So hi everyone. It's just me and you. Jason went to get coffee, and Kino went to get his mask. Because he wants to get his freak on. Get your freak on. So you're gonna have to put the mask on and go, "Are you my mommy? Are you my mommy?
I don't
Are you
know.
my mommy?
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Are you my mommy?"
I end up getting breathing in mustard gas or something. Yeah, you got it. Let me see. I'll go full screen and show it here. So here's the case it's in.
Major Chaz. So you're fully equipped for the end of the world.
Yeah, I am ready for the world of family.
I'm back, gentlemen.
Alrighty. And here's some anti-dimming stick for gas masks.
Nice.
Let me see if I can get it out. I don't want to damage it. I'm always careful with this one. It's a bit old.
It's part of your antiquities collection?
Yeah, it's part of the old collection.
The antiques?
Oh, come on, get out of there.
They used to be able to pop out of those bags in an emergency. You would be dead right now, dude. If you really needed that mask, you'd be dead now because you can't get it out of a goddamn bag.
Yeah, he'd be done.
Yeah, you'd be done now. Dead.
Well, I'm being careful is why.
DED, dead.
Oh my goodness. You know, Chris, your accent from living in West Virginia your whole life, man, it sticks me right back in that place. Are you kidding?
I try not to get too
twangy.
Yeah,
Twangy. Like I'm from West Virginia, by God.
Yeah, it can get real bad when I get really tired. Then it all comes out. And
yeah, it gets all long and drawn out. Yeah. I know it. I've been there. Nice.
So a natural gas mask.
Yeah, I have not taken this gas mask out.
So he's gonna put it on there, and then after that, he's gonna faint because he forgot to turn it off.
I am not
Nice.
putting this on. I do not wish to get sick.
You know what was
This is-
interesting? I started drawing gas masks on women like years ago, and I didn't realize it was a fetish until about 5 years into drawing them. And then somebody told me, they were like, so you're into gas masks? And I was like, well, I'm into drawing gas masks. They're all, this is a fetish. Did you know this? And I was like, no. Why? Nice. That's a World War II
Yeah.
gas
Yep.
mask. That's nice, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, he has a used collection and stuff like that from World War II.
Oh,
I
yeah,
almost-
I have all kinds of goodies. Let's see, there's the
The bag.
gentleman.
Oh wow, nice. That's
why
cool,
it was.
man.
That's why I was being careful, even though he would have died if he needed it.
Well, it's not an emergency, Sam.
It's definitely not an emergency.
It would have. It would have been if it was the moment.
The moment.
If
Yeah.
it was the moment, I wouldn't be using this.
Dude, that's what the people that died and didn't get their mask out said when they went to heaven. I didn't know it was actually true. Come on, better safe than sorry. Practice. Damn
That's right.
Where's your gas mask, Sam?
I don't need one. I'm Canadian.
He's I didn't need one. I'm Canadian. Absolutely. You're absolutely right, my friend. No, they're too nice there. They're not gonna, you don't need that shit.
We live in the Cold War, immune to all this shit.
Right. Do you speak French since you're Canadian?
What? Oh,
said-
yeah, I do. I'm from
Parlez-vous-
Montreal.
Parlez-vous français?
Bien sûr, je parle français. Je viens du Québec. Plein milieu de Montréal.
Nice. Oui.
Yeah, I'm a
Nice.
French Canadian. Not, the good type of French.
Are you so French Canadian?
Yep.
Nice. My goodness.
Let's see. Shane says
We're international here. It's fun.
That is true. Wooden sign pointing at himself.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. Like you make him like stand in the crowd with a wooden sign pointing to himself. I'm Chris.
Chris
Matt,
hanging out
you
times with a coffee.
It's so possible. You guys, you have no idea. It's super possible.
It would be so much like a tank girl type of thing, right? Like,
Right. Absolutely. It's like, hey, and you know what?
I have to say that's one of the things. That's the first thing that crossed my mind when I saw that character of yours. It's like, what if tank girl found him Jolnir?
Exactly. Like she kind of has a tank girl quality to her,
Yeah.
for sure. Yes.
Yep. Shane says he's been fun. Have to head out. Can't wait to get the book, and I can't wait to see the Chris panel. Chris, you're going to be in the Lost Pages. Did you not go drawn in perk? Yes, I will be in the Lost Pages.
Yeah, in my
Nice.
story.
And it'll be nice to. It was nice having you around, Shane.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shane.
He's gonna be in the Vane story, and I'm gonna be starting very soon.
Nice. That sounds cool.
Well equipped. Goes well with his Mauser. That I have about 4 Mausers, so yes.
Nice.
For
Nice.
Mauser.
Yeah, bolt action rifles.
Yep.
One from Argentina, one from Germany, one from and then 2 others from somewhere else.
I had some friends who used to collect German Nazi stuff back in the day, and they had all different types of stuff, man. So they had the Nazi pens, they just had everything. And when I worked at Michael's, I was a framer at Michael's. I had a guy come in. He had a master's degree in German, like politics or something. It was crazy. His whole study was on the Holocaust, and he had from I guess back in the 30s, he had certificates from DuPont and several of the companies that made the gas that they used in the train cars. And all these certificates, he brought them to me and had me frame them. And it wasn't to glorify it. His studies were about how the Holocaust was bad. So he had these in his office kind of as a reminder. And they were all in German. They were all, it was crazy. It was the craziest stuff I'd ever had to essentially frame and give back to a client. So it was something. It was definitely different.
I own a few Nazi Germany things, not too many, because I always go to auctions and get these things. And usually every time I go to, a lot of times when I go to the auctions and there's anything Nazi Germany related, there is a skinhead fella that is always there. Usually he buys them.
Yeah, it only takes one person to ruin it too. So, so it's that simple. Yeah, I'm not into that crap. I mean, I'm German, but I'm not so German that I'm gonna jump in line. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So I ain't into that crap. And you know, the whole idea that there's purity in race is fucking stupid. So
yeah,
it's just fucking retarded to me, and I don't deal with it very well. So I punch fucking Nazis while I'm speaking German to them, and in most cases they fucking don't. So, anyways, I get a little riled up about it.
It's a normal thing.
Yeah, that's a pretty normal reaction.
I would hope so. So, especially in our fucking day and age, like this shit's ridiculous now.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like somebody said, it's the engine under the hood that matters, not the color of your fucking paint job.
Yeah,
right. Can't we just all be French Canadian?
God no.
You racist fucks.
West, by God. West.
I'm going to West Virginia very soon.
Country roads,
take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia. We're all singing.
Oh, what's Soul say here? He says, I recently noticed while watching a Kung Fu movie with subtitles that the Chinese are the French of Asia. I can totally the Japanese, but Chinese isn't enjoyable at all.
It isn't. I like listening to Korean movies. You know, like for some reason, oh, look at him. Oh, you dirty bird.
I don't know what he's saying, but there we go.
I can't read it all. I can only read part of it. Yeah, see? I'm not that good.
He says, what the hell, Chris? I have to live with the shame when you collect this stuff.
It's true, unfortunately. Like there's a certain amount of shame that goes with being German.
It goes, I think it's chops. One must admit, however, that they had a sleek sense of fashion at the time. Obviously, if you know who designed their costumes.
That's true. Most of the costumes, or not costumes, much of the soldiers' infantry uniforms were all based on the Wagner play.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that Wagner play essentially was based upon Nordic mythology. So they wanted it to have this really glorious, over-the-top look to things. I believe the Queen's Guard also has that same thing going on with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I collect all kinds of history. So I do collect kind of the bad as well as the good because I believe it's very important to, don't forget the bad stuff. That's how you learn. You need to learn from it.
Here's an example. So my dad was murdered when I was 16 years old, but I became obsessed with serial killers after that. So, I had no problem like looking for old art done by like Gacy and people like that, where I have this really disproportionate way of looking at it now. And I don't try to glorify the murderers, but I have some weird fascination with them. It's kind of bizarre. And I'm not sure whether it stems from my father being murdered or not. But that being said,
I think could it be it's behind trying to understand the mentality of what would push somebody to do such a thing. Like me, I know that it's human behavior that got me curious about psychology and how how different people react to different things. How something that happens in your life would make you detach from a certain part of yourself and be different.
There's definitely a detachment there. I can tell you that.
It's like the exercise that they did in the special force and stuff like that, where you get attached to your dog and you have to kill it, type of thing. The same thing when you used to be a farmer. Hey, yeah, care for that fucking rooster. Yeah, take care of that rooster. Yeah, rooster's dinner tonight. Kill it. What?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. So my aunt had a cow named Steak, and he definitely became that at some point. And he was tasty.
Yep.
That didn't happen on Mom's farm. She raised sheep and like lambs and stuff, and to this day she will not make sheep or lamb. She will not make it because those were pets.
But they taste so good though.
That turkey was awesome, and that pig too. Homemade bacon was awesome.
Yum. So, I love that. I love all of it.
No, that's stuff that that the new generation can't really get to know anymore.
Well, it's probably better, man. The subversive dark underbelly of the world is always going to be there, and some people shouldn't be post-traumatically stressed over it. Like, there are certain things in this world that you shouldn't see, and when you do, it messes with you. And I would rather have people avoid that shit than seek it out, because it's going to do nothing but cause more post-traumatic stress. And it does. I mean, human beings have so many emotions, and the human brain articulates and connects things together, and it creates this weird compulsions and strange underlying fetishes and bizarreness to it. And human beings are a mess. So showing them violence, like over the top violence, really does set their brains up for different stuff. And I can tell you that's a fact, because I come from violence. In fact, me and Chris are probably related. You have any Hatfield in your blood?
I don't know. I haven't went back that far.
So my great grandfather was Devil Anse Hatfield. So I even named my youngest son Devil Anderson. So after my great grandfather. So there's violence in my family, and I have some weird compulsion to look at serial killers, look at what they do, and cannibals also. Like I know a lot of stuff about cannibals that I shouldn't know, and it became this weird compulsion for me. Like it's not that I want to go kill anybody. It's that idea of beyond morals, beyond humanity is just a incredible thing to me. It's psychology is always crazy.
It's Jason says, prove it. Say yeah, like a hat.
Say yeah, like a Hatfield, yeah. So how much more do I have to prove? I'll tell you, my grandpa's last name was Furl, so you can go ahead and look that up and see what kind of connection the Farrells have with the Hatfields, and you'll see that we're direct descendants of them.
Yeah, I'll have to look into my history. I don't really know my ancestry. I'll have to look in to see where the Evanses and the Newmans house, where they lead back to.
Oh, dude, when I check into mine, right, I'm like, dude, I'm French Canadian, so I'm like expecting to have maybe like English or French being dominant, right? Like UK English. No, I'm more Scottish than anything else.
I would have thought that you had a little bit of Spaniard in you, but
Puerto Rican.
Everybody thinks so. Everybody thinks so. I don't know why.
You're Puerto Rican? Nice.
No, I'm not. No.
No.
No. I'm as white Canadian as you can be.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yo estudiar español. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I dated an Argentinian girl for like 2-3 years. My best friend that I call a brother is Mexican. So
Oh, okay.
I speak 3 languages, so French, English, and Spanish.
I figured if most likely you speak French, you're definitely most likely going to speak a little Spanish. Mm-hmm. So it's there. Those languages are super close to each other.
Yep.
So
I also checked some actual Latin. So when I was younger, I like it a lot. That's why one of my books called Opera Omnia.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Latin. 1/3 of the English language is Latin.
Yep.
So that's a plus. I remember somebody asked me the other day. I had said something in Latin. I had said "perdurabo," which means I shall endure till the end. And they were like, "Do you know Latin?" And I was like, "I only know some Latin." And then I thought to myself, 1/3 of the English language is in Latin. So most people know Latin who speak English, or at least some Latin. So that was interesting to me to think that, 1/3 of our language still exists in Latin.
Yep.
It ain't dead yet.
Yeah, Sim is a diverse dude, Soul. You are correct.
In a diverse environment, true. Montreal is a mix of everything.
Yeah, he's definitely not a country bumpkin like the rest of us.
You know what's the worst? Is I was actually raised between the city and the country.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like my grandfather, like the boyfriend of my mom and my grandma, he was like a farmer. He had his farm. He had his fields of and of corn and everything. And he used to build houses for people. Carpenter.
Oh, nice. Chris, I see that you backed, my friend.
Yeah.
You're definitely getting drawn in the book now. Are you kidding? Holy shit.
So we are now officially funded.
We are 100% funded. Let me go ahead.
You got my copy, Chris?
We'll get you a copy, Sam. I'll make sure to send
No, I
extra.
want to know. Otherwise, I'm gonna buy one.
It comes with 2 copies.
That's right. And we surpassed our goal. We're at $5,262 with 65 backers with 5 days left. 105%. Thank you so much, Chris. I can't believe we finally killed it. And it's gonna happen. So I'm super excited. I finally get to make this dream a reality. I get to draw comics for the masses and keep putting stuff out there. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
everyone. Yodam, thank you, Soul. Thank you, Sim. Thank you, Chris. Everybody, I really appreciate it. This has been a little nerve-wracking for me. I'm not used to campaigns. As I said, this was my first one. So this is really new to me, and it's been a little stressful. When I started this, there were a few sleepless nights, and but it's starting to slowly sink in that this is now my reality, and it's gonna make it go. I'm actually gonna get to do this, and I'm super, super happy to be able to do so. So awesome.
Yeah, it is. Dude.
Now it's time to work on them stretch goals.
It's like
Yeah.
it's there, and now it's the only way is up.
Well, we're going to be changing these stretch goals. So at 10,000, we're going to do the Joe Benitez cover. At 15, we're still going to do the Glenn Fabry cover. But for let's say at 8, we'll do patches. At 12, we'll do postcards.
Okay.
So we'll be, and I'll make the book at 15 perfect bound for the Glenn Fabry cover. So we'll be changing all those things in the next couple days here so that we have a better understanding of where our goals can actually be met. So I think I was a little lofty. When I started this, I did it without any emails. I literally, about a month before this campaign started, dumped everything on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And when it started, I barely had 10 people who wanted it. So to be able to go from 10 people to 62 people or 65 people is huge for me. So, and I want to be able to make sure that everybody gets the best quality everything. So we're going to be adjusting all those stretch goals so that we can meet them all now. And when I do get to the second issue, we'll have a lot better of a jumping off point than I did for this first issue. So that'll be good. A lot of people say that they didn't expect how stressful an experience crowdfunding is. It's true. It's like gambling.
You can't sleep because all you want to know is to check at the campaign. Check the campaign. How's the campaign doing? Every 5 fucking minutes.
You know what I had to do? I decided not to do it on my regular email. So every time that it gets something like some type of contribution, I don't immediately see it. It doesn't pop up every 10 minutes or whatever. So I only check once or twice a day, or if I'm on a live stream, because I will sit there all day long, like looking at my mail, like going, okay, when's this going to happen? So I had to on purpose separate those two things to make sure that I didn't drive myself crazy in the process.
Mm-hmm. We've all been there.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I've never, as I said, it's super stressful. Even though
it's like going, the first time you go to like a roller coaster, and your guts just turn on you. You feel nauseous. It's weird.
It is. It's one of those things. it's a little rough around the edges when you start. But now that I know what to expect, now that I know that this is a doable thing, it's gonna, for the next couple of years, this is what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be building my channel. I'm gonna be doing lots of interviews. I'm gonna keep pushing this. We're gonna make it one of the best black and white books to come out in the last 10 years, at least. So the only other one that I want to compete with is Sean Gordon Murphy's Punk Rock Jesus. Like that book, black and white book, was one of the most well done black and white comics that I had seen in years, outside of like Tim Vigil's Faust and stuff like that, you know, the stuff that's really well drawn. So that's where I'm at with this. I want to be able to kick the industry back into a black and white book and give them some of the best art that you can get on a black and white title with a great story. I love that piece, man. That's one of my favorite pieces. Hey, Tatsu.
Hey, Tatsunami.
Nice. So for your Dragar, Chris, do you have a specific way you'd like me to take it, or do you just want me to go all out?
Oh, however you want to do it.
Awesome.
I don't have a-
Nice. Well, I'll kill it for sure, man. You'll be stoked. So I'll make sure that you're happy. We'll get you some art too, a little extra art.
This is a cool piece here where she's fighting the drawer.
Yeah, that's Alex Tuiz. He's a concept artist for movies. He did Silent Hill, Logan, a couple of other things too. Like he's fairly up there as far as concept artists go, and he's a good friend of mine. Nice French guy, and he lives in France. Actually, I only got to meet him one time when he came out here to the U.S. and we hung out. I don't know, for a couple hours, had a couple beers, traded art, and I called him up, I don't know, a couple months ago, and was like, "Hey, man, do you want to contribute?" And he was down. He was ready to go, and then he gave me that awesome thing. So that's one of the best pieces in the book.
All right, so Sim, I'll stop sharing so you can go back to sharing your stuff.
Nice. Did you do that while we were hanging out, or what?
Sim's fast. He can knock out stuff quick.
He's quick, huh? Just blast it out. Look at you go.
I'm surprised the hammer isn't taking up half the page.
It could, if he wanted it to. He could totally take it as far as you want to take it, man. Like, that's the thing about this character. She's still kind of in development, so I'm still trying to find all the really cool things about her. You know, when you design a character, they usually have like a certain walk and cadence and movement, and so I'm still discovering all these really cool things about her, and I'm enjoying drawing her. She's fun to draw, for sure. She isn't a pain in the ass like Loki.
Oh, is it because of like all the details on it or something?
Because of the way his, like, I'm not just drawing a skull. I'm drawing a skull that has this design element to it, and when you turn it to the side or a 3/4 view, all that stuff really messes with the shadows and the shape of a skull. So that's kind of why I had to sculpt it, in order to get all my views right, because I was having problems drawing it. So I sculpted that Loki head literally to help me draw him better. So now, if I ever have to draw his head in a certain position or something, I could just take photographs of that thing and literally just straight up draw it from a photograph. And it helps me. Everything is symmetrical at that point, and I don't have to worry about it. It's literally the design element of the front of the face that causes the issue. It's just offset enough that there's problems.
Soul says Sim is already fan arting.
He is. He's down.
aggressively.
Just going crazy.
Yeah,
Nice.
I didn't realize Sim was muted.
Yeah, I was muted because the kids were making a lot of noise with the dishes and stuff. Sorry, that's why I was not unmuting myself.
Oh, it's okay. No worries.
So yeah, I'm having fun. I really like the design of the character, and like I told you, I really like the Norse mythology, and you're putting that in a technically cyberpunkish type of future. Like these
Right.
So I really like the idea.
It's
As soon as I saw the Beetle, the mod up car that she had, I'm like, oh, dude, that's cool.
yeah, the beetle with the blower and yeah,
Yeah,
and the artillery gun mounted on top.
That's like the shot like that's sold it. Like I like the design of the character, or like I'm a designer. That's what I like to do, and I like the
Nice.
design. And I'm like, okay. So looking through the pages, and I saw that page, and I'm like, oh, okay, want it.
I played a game for a little while called Cross Out or something like that.
Mhm.
And it was kind of like a post-apocalyptic, and you could strap like big guns to stuff. So I had like a little car like that, and it had like a big cannon on top, and I'd fire it, and the whole car would just go like completely back. Would fire.
That's awesome.
But I do like the concept for this story, and I like the design with the drawers there.
Dragar. Yeah, Dragar.
Okay.
So the Dragar are actually natural enemies of Vikings. So in Nordic mythology, the Dragar are undead warriors that protect gold, like a dragon would in medieval times or whatever. So these Dragar are dead warriors that protect gold and knowledge and all this stuff. So in my book, the Dragar are artificially intelligent robots that have survived the apocalypse of Earth that have now started to rebuild themselves from all the power supplies that are falling to Earth. That's why the hammer becomes so important, because the hammer is unlimited power, right? Loki wants it. The Dragar want it because they could build a bigger army if they get a hold of it. So multiple people, including the Nordic gods, want this hammer. So everything's converging on her in that aspect. So in Nordic mythology, you should look up some of the stories about the Dragar. There's lots of little mini stories running around about it.
Yeah, I'm always reading, history and mythology and stuff, and I'm always reading them, but I never hear the words and stuff, so I
Right.
never know how to pronounce them.
No, it's
like
Grenadier. I always pronounced it when I was younger, Grenadier.
right.
Until
Right.
somebody finally was like, "What do you say?"
So what's the worst is you're pronouncing it in French. Grenadier.
He was pronouncing it in French. You pronounced the wrong syllable.
Yes, that's exactly it.
That's all. The syllable.
So I was always catching
There
hell.
you go. Here's another little roughed up sketch. I don't know which one. I think I'm gonna finish the other one, but that one's like
Yeah.
more like a classic Thor.
Right. Absolutely. I like the first one too. It was a little more whimsical.
That one's more like a rocker, like punk rock type of thing. That's what I was going for.
Right.
Hello,
Absolutely.
Michael Beacon.
With the tilted head, like, I'm
Hey,
about
Michael.
I'm about to wreck your day here.
So says Undead Bankers.
Exactly. Undead bankers, all of them.
So it says that's a nice perspective sim
Oh, thank you.
for one of those.
Probably that one.
That's a good one, man. So it has some action, nice action going on. The foreshortening's pretty good. Yeah. You could have her jumping on a robot, like ready to smash it or something.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. So, Chris, what kind of, you want to throw some other questions my way?
Yeah, we're getting close to the 1:30, and
Oh, are we? Oh, yeah,
Yes,
we
we
are.
are.
We're at 138. Okay, so
time just goes by fast when we're in great company.
It's funny, man. My minimum live stream is, about 2 hours for
Mhm.
some reason. I'm really wordy, and I'll just sit and chat and talk and blab.
well, that's fine with me because that's always good. I don't have to worry about dead air then.
Yeah, no dead air with me, man. I'll talk all day long. Apparently, I like the sound of my own voice.
Well, how many issues do you have planned for this?
So it's a 10-issue series, and I have it worked out through 10 issues currently. But it could go beyond that for sure. But the initial story arc is 2 5-issue story arcs that make one whole story. So first 5 issues kind of get to all the characters introduced and the main dilemma, and then the last 5 issues are her transitioning to full god and having to deal with everything and save Midgard.
This Silver Age, the 6-page Silver Age one.
Yep.
Yeah. Will there be more of it? Like in the future?
Yes, there will. For every issue, there'll be my 28-page story. Then there'll be a 6-page Silver Age story in every issue. So by the time we're done, there'll be 60 pages of Silver Age comic. And then I'm going to talk to Jason Gonzalez about doing a 48-page story. And I'm going to take his 60 pages that he did over the 10 issues and another 48-page book, color it all, and we'll Indiegogo that as a single book.
Shoot. It'll be interesting to see all the different like gods and stuff and how they have them come in. And
Yep. We'll have Loki. We'll have Fenrir. We'll have Odin. We'll have Hel. We'll have who else? We'll have Freya, yeah. We'll have crones, old crones. We'll have golden apples. We'll have Mjolnir. We'll have I'm diving all the way in. We'll have oh God, what's his name? What are the older gods? Balder?
Balder?
Yeah, Balder. There we go. There might be Lady Sif. She might be there. It just depends. Mostly the story revolves around Loki and Hel and Odin and Star.
Will you have like non-gods, like the different like creatures, like the like.
So we'll have giants. We'll have Jotun. We have Odin's ravens, Hunin and Munin. There will be things that they call like trolls and dwarves, but in actuality, they're most likely mutants of the wasteland. Like it's what gods are going to might call a dwarf. Even though he's a human dwarf, they might consider him a god or something like that because he's a dwarf. It's kind of twisted a little bit. So yeah, there'll be all different types of references made throughout the story to that mythology.
Oh, Soul asks, collected edition confirmed? Question mark.
Collected edition confirmed. Collected, you mean when it's all said and done after the 10 issues? Yes. There'll be a official collected edition of it. I'll probably be at some point separating it into those 2 parts I was talking about, the 2 5-issue parts. So you might be able to purchase all 5 issues once we get to 5, all in one collected piece. So like 1 through 5 and then 6 through 10. And then maybe I'll do 1 through 10, but we'll see. It's all a cash grab at that point, right? When you're redoing stuff like that. And I want people to feel like they had an experience and they got something exclusive.
Yeah, but
so
if they want it and ask for it, it's not a cash grab.
Yeah, if they ask for it, if enough people ask, of course, I'll bend the knee.
As a fan, if you read comics, you want those. You do like those collected edition.
Yeah, that can be done. It's nothing is beyond me doing at this point. So we're ever moving forward.
All right, I got one more question about who will be in it. Will how do you say it? Tyr, the god,
Tor,
the one who loses his arm, the Fenrir.
Oh, Tyr, yeah. So Tyr lost his hand to Fenrir when they were trying to put the chain on his neck, essentially, to keep him bound. He's already escaped, so Tyr already lost his hand. And he may show up, but it'll be brief if he does.
Okay. I do like this concept. I always I'm a sucker for history and mythology. They're my 2 favorite things to kind of delve into. I'm a big lore junkie when it comes to hobbies, and history is basically lore but in real life. So I've always from a young age got into history because it's just you get it's real life heroes and villains, and you get to see how humans interact, human behavior, and it's all just really fascinating.
Right.
So anything like this really kind of I have a weakness again for.
Well, I appreciate it. I think it's a good idea too. So I don't ever see books written about after Ragnarok, all we get is the standard Nordic mythology or retellings like Neil Gaiman did with his version of Norse mythology. And then we got American gods, right?
You got Ragnarok by Walt Simonson too.
Yeah, Walt Simonson is the man also. So it's very few people delve into this end of the world. And it's rich in culture, it's rich in mythology, and there's several stories that can be told.
Well, Michael Beacon says, my universe also has a reimagining of Norse mythology. I'm a fan of the concept. It's on my list of books to back once I'm done with fulfillment.
Perfect. Nice. Thank you so much. I my interest in Norse mythology has come over the last few years because of the Thor movie. I actually enjoyed the first Thor movie so much that it really did kind of spur this idea to a certain extent. So I enjoy it. I enjoy the silliness of it, to be quite honest. I like how silly those movies are. I thought Ragnarok was awesome. Taika Waititi is one of the best directors currently in the industry, and I'm down with that guy. So he's even Jojo Rabbit. Have you seen his movie Jojo Rabbit?
Nope.
Oh, is that with the little kids in World War II?
Right. Yes.
I've seen clips for the trailer and stuff, but I haven't watched it.
It's so good. Like it's like taking a Mel Brooks movie and keeping the comedy and giving it a heart. It's really good. I think you'd enjoy it, Chris. You should check it out.
Yeah, I had thought about it. I just haven't got around to it. I don't watch movies as much. I've watched some. I've watched like only a couple of the Marvel movies. I think I got up to the first Avengers, and then I stopped.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Now, if they'd have made a Hercules movie, I'd have watched that. I like it.
Nice.
Soul says, now that I think of it, Crusader Kino could review Hammer once it's there. Don't mention Crusader Kino, Soul. He'll show up and hijack my channel again.
Oh no.
The director announced that the next Thor movie will be something of a romantic comedy, though.
Hey, it sounds good to me. That stuff doesn't bother me at all. I like the way that they're telling these stories. Marvel actually has been nailing it, 20 some films worth. So as far as I'm concerned, they're doing justice to their books. So not everybody may like it, but I'm not overly dialed into what has to be perfect. Like when you're telling a story as a movie, you have so many different outlets of telling things, and comics are just the leap or the standoff point from where that can come from. And I get it. So things change, and I can still enjoy the movies, just like I enjoyed Justice League, even though that guy Josh Weiland who came in and who changed all that stuff. I enjoyed that movie. Do I think I'm going to enjoy the Chris Nolan version or Snyder version better? Yes, I do. I do think that they should have gave it to us the Snyder way.
Yep.
But that being said, it didn't mean I didn't enjoy it for what it was. I still think the guy who plays Superman is perfect.
Yep.
I still think that Ben Affleck did a great job as Old Man Batman.
Yep.
Gal Gadot, or however you say her, she, oh my God, is there been a more perfect Wonder Woman since, what's her name? Carter? So I think they nailed it. And I even like Aquaman.
Oh.
Are you kidding? No, not the movie Aquaman. I like the character Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
So the movie was stupid and really overdone. But I like the character. I like when he's thrown in with the other characters and the banter that happens between them. I think they did a good job. The last DC movies were hard to pass for me. See why people would enjoy them, but I can't. Yeah, because they're light. They don't have to be taken too seriously. That's the thing, man. Like, we're almost 50-year-old men with comic books, and if you take it too seriously, you're taking the comic book part out of it. Like, this isn't our lives. These are stories. And if we take them too seriously, you end up getting bitter fans, and that's not good. And all the crap on Twitter, like all that ridiculous crap on Twitter,
Yeah.
that's fucking stupid. I've stayed off Twitter for a long time because I don't enjoy the platform. And the only reason I have a Twitter account is essentially to pimp this book and to get my name out there and do that. But from all the stuff I see on Twitter from CG down, it's nasty business, man. And we draw comics. Like, it's taken way too seriously. And we're not painting the Sistine Chapel, guys. We're fucking drawing comics. And if it's not enjoyable, and if it's not fun, and it gets too serious, it ruins everything.
That is true.
Didn't Aquaman litter a broken glass bottle in the ocean during the Justice League movie?
He probably did. Bastard.
Anyway, let's see. I remember watching. I really liked the first Captain America movie.
Oh yeah, that was good.
I really liked that one. I thought that one was really good. But I remember watching the first Avengers movie, and I was like, well, that was all right. But I didn't really have an urge to watch anything after that. But,
no, I understand. It either flows with you or it doesn't. You know, I really enjoy those Marvel movies. I don't know why. I just do. Maybe it's the child part of me that.
But I think I can bring, like, it's. Remember before, there's different types of movies, right? You can enjoy a movie for the story, for the drama. Some are eye candy. Some is just action. You know, that's what I wanted to do with Blood Hunt, because I miss those good old, like, you know, like the movie Payback.
Right.
You know, those good old fashioned where it was like, it's simple. One man, principles. Okay, that guy may be a bad guy, but because of his principles, you end up rooting for the guy, and he's the good guy.
Right, like John Wick.
Yeah. So, you know, that's what I wanted to do with Blood Hunt, by bringing back vampires to being badass. So trying to do something different with a vampire. So doing a payback type of story with a vampire.
Nice.
If you wanted to make the vampires badass, you shouldn't have made him sparkle in the sunlight. So.
He doesn't sparkle in the sunlight. He makes people sparkle blood, though.
Sparkles. Nice. So, gentlemen, it looks like my computer is going to die on me in a minute here.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll just go ahead and start wrapping her up then.
Yeah, let's wrap this up. We're almost close to 2 hours here, so I think that
we've anyway, a long time ago.
Nice.
All right. Nice. Well, Sim, do you want to start wrapping things up? Start with your final statements.
Yeah, go back that book. Go sub to mine. Blood Hunt's gonna be on your way very soon. I just have a few mailers left to pack. Like and sub this channel here, and get retweeting on the hammer.
Yeah, sub this channel for sure. Thank you so much, Chris and Sim. I can't tell you how much I appreciate our time together, and we'll have to get together in the next month or so as we wrap up this campaign.
This again. Yeah, it'd be great to have you back on. I'm glad Yodam suggested you. It was nice getting to sit and talk and everything. And I'm glad we could get a sale or two.
Well, I enjoyed it, and I really appreciate you guys backing me. And we'll make sure that we get some special stuff off to you guys also when this campaign wraps up. Okay?
Oh well, but you
don't have to.
I do appreciate
no, I don't.
it.
I don't have to, but I like taking care of people. As I said, considering how small the campaign is right now, I'm still able to give preferential treatment to anybody who kind of backs right now. So it hasn't gotten so much bigger than me that I can't pay attention to it. So you're getting drawn in the book for sure, Chris. So I definitely have a place for you. So you can show that to your mom when we're done. And we'll take care of that. So I thank you guys so much for everything. And we're going to keep this going, okay?
Mhm.
For sure. For sure.
Yep. And so do go check out Hammer and do subscribe and like this stream and all that good stuff. Thanks to everybody in the chat. And I hope everybody has a good rest of their day.
Thank
Bye,
you all so
everybody.
much. Thank you.
Later, and have a nice day.